Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today's video is one that I didn't think that I was going to do. So I did this video last year and I think the year before also, or a video similar to this, and I wasn't gonna do it this year, but I was having some trouble coming up with videos to do for December, and I posted on my Instagram asking what you guys would like to see, and multiple people responded that they would like to see this video. I happened to post it on the same day that the Spotify Wrapped came out, but multiple people responded and said that they would like to see me recommending books based off my Spotify Wrapped. So that's what we're going to do. So I am a big music person. I listen to a lot of music. When I'm not listening to an audiobook, I'm listening to Spotify. I do not like silence. I do not like to be left alone with my own thoughts. I always have to have something there. So I am always listening to something. So I do have quite a lot of songs that are like repeat ones that I do all the time. So my top artists on Spotify have not changed much in the last like 4 or 5 years. I think only one artist has changed, and they like swap back and forth of which one I listen to because they're like my top 6 artists and it's just swap back and forth of which one is in there. So instead of just doing my top 5 songs of the year, because all of those songs were from Taylor Swift's Midnight's album, I went through my top 100 songs of the year and I chose there that I could connect to a book, and I'm going to recommend you a book based off of a song from my Spotify Wrapped. Okay, first, before we get into the video, I want to mention my sweatshirt because I think it matches so perfectly with this video. My best friend got it for me for my birthday, but it's all of Taylor Swift's albums, but they're like shaped like books on a shelf. Isn't that so cute? Love it. Okay, so now actually into the video. So the first song that I chose to recommend a book based off of is Midnight Rain by Taylor Swift from the Midnight's album. This is one that was actually in my top 5 songs of the year. And this song is about a person who doesn't want to settle for just being a wife, being in a relationship, being just like small. They want to shoot for the stars. They want to chase fame, chase dreams, go for more than what their partner at the time wants. He wanted a bride, but I was chasing that fame. The partner wants to settle down, wants the simple life, and the other person wants something more. And the book that I immediately thought of when I went for this, to think of a book for this one, is Riffs and Refrains by Devney Perry, which I actually have right here. This book is a second chance romance. This song does not end happily, like they don't end up together. But this is a romance channel and we like happily ever afters in our books. So I went with a second chance romance where the heroine in this book, she and her high school sweetheart were very much in love, but she didn't fit into her very small town in Montana. She wanted more. She wanted to be a musician. She wants to be a rock star. And so she leaves. She leaves her childhood or her high school love, and she leaves her family and she leaves her life so that she can pursue a career in rock music. And she makes it. She does it. She becomes a member of a very, very famous band called Hush Notes. She is the drummer. And she has been with that band for many, many years. She has not been home to see her family. She has not spoken to her family or her high school sweetheart in like 10 years or something like that, maybe even longer, when her grandmother dies, and her grandmother's big wish is for the heroine in this book, whose name is Quinn, to go back to her small town and attend the grandmother's funeral. And so Quinn goes back and ends up being confronted with her high school boyfriend, whose name was Graham, and he is still living in the small town. He is a single dad now, and he is comfortable with his simple life in this small town. But Quinn and Graham's relationship, their feelings for each other very much come back, and they have a hard time staying away from each other, and they end up having a second chance romance. But I thought that this one fit really well with the song, or at least the vibes of the song, if it ended on a happy note, where the heroine is very much going after chasing something bigger, and the hero just very much wants something simple. So, okay, so the next one that I have is Don't Wanna by Haim. This is a song that's sort of, this book doesn't exactly fit it, but it sort of fits the vibe. It gives me the right energies, so I went with this book. But this song is about a person who is in almost a toxic relationship, is the vibes that I get from this song, where it's very much like, the line in the song that it is I don't want to give up on you, I don't want to have to, but we both have nights waking up in strangers' beds, I don't want to give up yet. So it's just them not wanting to give up on the possibility of their relationship or what it could be. And I took it somewhere a little bit different, where the book that I chose was Lead by Kylie Scott. And this book is about a hero whose name I believe is Jimmy. Is his name Jimmy? Yeah, his name is Jimmy. And so the hero is a celebrity. He's a musician, and he is part of a band called Stage Dive, and he has a drug problem and a PR problem, and he just does not make good decisions. And his bandmates are just like fed up with him and decide to get him a sober coach, or they send him to rehab, and then after he gets out of rehab, they make him have a sober companion or a sober coach who is a person who travels with them with the band and is in charge of Jimmy, in charge of making sure that he sticks to his sobriety, and in charge of making sure that he doesn't make bad public decisions. And Lena is the heroine, and she is his sober companion, sober coach, the person that they hire. She does not take any of his crap. And the reason why I decided to go with this book for this song is because Lena very much won't give up on Jimmy. She very much, even as much as Jimmy continues to make like very not good decisions, he's not good with vulnerability, and he's kind of an asshole, honestly. He's an asshole, and he's very much an asshole to like everyone. And Lena is the only one that's able to really get close to him, or take the time to get close to him and work with him and shut down his assholishness, and says, hey, no, you're not going to do this. I'm not going to let you do this. And she won't give up on him. She just continues to work at him and work at it to make him let down his walls, be more vulnerable with her, tell her why he keeps making these bad decisions and why he is the way that he is, and work with him to help him through those issues that he has. And I just thought it really worked out, of someone not wanting to give up. They're not willing to give up yet, and they don't want to have to leave the person that they are working on. And I just think that the vibes sort of match. So the next one that I have is Break Up Twice by Lizzo. And this song is about a couple who have broken up or are struggling in their relationship, and basically it's, I don't ever break up twice. So we broke up and we've gotten back together, and I never break up twice, so we are going to make this work. We are sticking this out for the long haul. We are going to continuously work at this relationship to make it be what I know it can be now that we have had our issues and we have gotten back together. We promise to make up even if it's gonna take us all our lives. I'm willing to give it another try. We need to do this like love's on the line. Loving takes time, And the book that I thought matched this very nicely is a marriage in trouble romance, actually, and it's Ever After Always by Chloe Leese. So, like I said, this is a marriage in trouble romance where the heroine Freya and her husband Aiden have been married for about 10 years when they are now going through marital issues. And Freya is basically at her wit's end. She is struggling a lot to handle what is happening with Aiden, with their relationship. He's been very distant. He deals with a lot of anxiety and he is struggling. And it really puts a lot of stress on their relationship. And Freya's at her wit's end and she's about to leave when Aiden is like, no, let's do couples therapy. And so they go to therapy and the therapist really works with them to help work with their issues and make them understand that, one, their views of what marriage is are very different. So you have your view of marriage based off of what you've seen, and Freya's parents were very happy. Her life was full of joy and ease. Her parents hid any hardships that they had from Freya, whereas Aiden was raised by a single mother his father abandoned them. He grew up in extreme poverty, and Aiden was like trying to show his like dedication through the marriage through him making sure that they have enough money, him working a lot, because that's what he struggled with growing up, was extreme poverty, and he doesn't want Freya to ever have to experience that. But Freya, all Freya sees is that he would rather spend time at work than at home, that he's not spending enough time with her. He's not dedicated as much to their relationship, and he'd rather just like go to work. And so the therapist helps them very much see that they are both dedicated to this relationship and that marriage is hard. It is not easy. Freya has this idea that marriage is just like happy, and the therapist is like, it's hard, and like it says in the song, it might take you all your lives. It needs to grow with you. You need to work at it. It's not just something that's constantly there. It's something that needs care and attention, and it grows with you. Okay, the next one that I have is also a Daphne Perry book, so please don't hate me. But the song is Something to Someone by Dermot Kennedy. So this song is about being in a relationship, I believe, based on the lyrics that I can understand, or to my understanding of it, is they were in a relationship when they were young, or younger, and maybe not mature enough to handle it, and they ended up breaking up. And he is looking back on the relationship and saying, I wish I could have known that I should have held on tight, that I should have held on to that relationship more, that it was going to go away. When you're young and your relationship is just sweetness and happiness, you don't really realize the hardships that could be coming for you. And he talks about how it says, once upon a time, I was something to someone. I was something to you. And being that something to someone is so important, and it makes you feel so special and cared for. And then as you get older and you realize that there's so much more hardship in life, you wish that you would have held on to that thing that was so good and pure and nice. And the relationship or book that I decided to go with for this one, like I said, is Daphne Perry, and that is Garnet Flats, which is another second chance romance, because again, we like our HEAs here, and this song is not end happy, so there's not like they don't end up back in their relationship. But Garnet Flats by Daphne Perry is a second chance romance where Talia and her hero, whose name is something, Foster, were in a relationship for, I think it was like almost 2 years, less than 2 years, when they were in college or just out of college. I think it was as they were graduating college, and they were very happy together, very bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Life is gonna be good. We love each other. Everything is going great. And that is when he breaks up with her, Foster breaks up with her and marries her best friend. So Talia has no idea why this happened. She is just utterly devastated and runs home to Quincy, where she grew up, which is a small town in Montana, and she doesn't see Foster again for many, 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 many years. So it's years later, and Foster shows up in Quincy wanting her back, trying to win her back. And basically Foster works very, very hard. He's very determined to win Talia back and explain to her the situation of what went on all those years ago. And I just felt like I needed a second chance romance for this song. I felt like it would work the best. And I felt like this one, they were just so young and happy and didn't know what the world had out there. And the reasons why Foster had to leave was just something that was so not what they were expecting. And so I felt like it matched with the vibe of the song of being so young and life being good before you realize. I wish I could have known that forever was a lie is actually one of the lines in the song of life was so happy until shit gets real, basically. And I feel like that works with this second chance romance until it ends happy, because that's how life works in romance novels and that's why we read them. Okay, so the next song that I have is Happy to Be Sad by Ben Platt. So this is a song that actually does end happy. And this song, again, the book for this one doesn't perfectly match this song, but it gives me the same vibes. And so this song it's called Happy to Be Sad, and it's by Ben Platt. And Ben Platt, when he explains why he wrote this song, was as a singer and somebody who is in a relationship with an actor. Ben Platt's fiance is an actor. He talks about how a lot of the times they are not in the same place. They have to be, his fiance's on location for filming, or Ben's on tour or at different late night shows or something. You know, they have a lot of commitments for their jobs. And so the song is, even though we're away from each other and we feel sad about it, I'm happy that I'm sad that we're separated, because if I didn't feel anything, then that would mean that the love that we have isn't as strong as I know it is. And so basically the idea of being away from someone and feeling sad about it shows you how much you care about that person. You miss them, you're upset that they're gone, and being upset that they're gone is a good thing because it means that you care about them and it means that you want to be with them. And so it literally says in the song, if I was feeling nothing, I would feel like something's wrong. If you're away from somebody that you care about and it doesn't bother you, then that's a problem, basically. You don't care about that person as much as you should, basically, is what the song is saying. And so this book that I decided to go for this one with was Rewriting the Stars by Claire Kingsley. And on the outside, it does not look like this book should fit with this song, but I couldn't come up with a celebrity romance that fit it really well. And this one, I think the vibes of it are there. And so this book is about rival families. Levi and Annika are forced to be apart because their families are feuding, but they are in love. They have developed this relationship over texting. They have texted for many, many years because they are not actually able to be in the same space. They're not actually able to see each other. And so when they are feeling all of these emotions and all of this love for one another, and they can't be together, and it hurts them. It physically hurts them that they can't be in the same physical space with each other. And I just felt that it worked with the song, you know. They have that strong emotional connection that they are so devastated that they can't be in the same physical space and that they have to be separated so much. And so I just felt that it worked. Also, this book is utterly, utterly adorable. Levi absolutely worships the ground that Annika walks on, and he just loves her so freaking much, and it's so cute. Then the next one that I have is Do You Want to Do Nothing With Me by Lawrence. And this song is basically that the guy in this who's singing is looking for somebody that he can just do nothing with. That's who he wants, and that's what he wants in his love. He talks about how a lot of other people, when they're looking for somebody to love, are looking for someone to go on adventures with, or looking for someone to have wild experiences with, and he just wants somebody that he can sit and do nothing and be comfortable with, basically. And the book that I chose, or the relationship that I chose for this one, is Shattered Sea by Catherine Cowles, which I also have right here. This is the Hello Lovely box edition. So Shattered Sea by Catherine Cowles, I thought that this relationship fit this song nicely because the characters in this book have been through so much trauma. They have been through the ringer. They have so much happen to them, and they just want to be happy. And they just want to be comfortable. And I feel like the two of them find such comfort and such safety in one another that I feel like this song really fits. It's just like them feeling so comfortable with the other person, which is something that they really didn't think that they would ever have again. After the traumas that they both went through. They just understand each other so well, they get each other so well, and they both feel so comfortable with the other person that I just feel like the song fits. Okay, so that was actually 6 instead of 5, but I gave you a bonus one there. So that is the last one that I was going to share for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'd be very curious to know what songs were on your Spotify Wrapped, or what books would you match with your songs. But that is going to be it for this video. So please like if you liked it, subscribe so you can see more content from me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.